After God creates us, humanity, in Genesis chapter 1, in verse 28, he calls them to be fruitful and multiply, to fill the earth. And so this thing that he just created that bears his image and likeness, he's calling it to go out and make more things that bear his image and likeness, to create more things that are going to glorify him. And this is pretty typical of Genesis. In chapter 11, he makes plants that are seed-bearing plants because he wants these plants that bring him glory, these plants that he says are good, to multiply. And likewise, whenever he creates birds in the air or creatures in the sea, he tells these animals to go out and increase in number. So he wants his creation to be a creation that continues to grow and grow and continues to bear his glory. And multiplication isn't just procreation in the Bible. In fact, multiplication can be discipleship. In Genesis, we have this idea that multiplication is creation, making more things that bear God's image. But in Matthew chapter 28, we see Jesus saying to his disciples, go out and make more disciples. And a disciple was somebody who wanted to be like their rabbi, to be in their rabbi's likeness, to basically bear their rabbi's image, to act, to serve, to pray, to give, to speak like their rabbi. And so here we have Jesus. Of all the things that he could have done when he comes down to earth, he makes disciples, makes more people who he knows will one day go out and try to be like their rabbi, will try to be rabbis themselves and make more disciples. And so in chapter 28, he says, go out into the world and make disciples. Teach them everything I have taught you. He wants his disciples to make more people that are going to point back to him, more people who are going to bring him glory. In fact, Paul says to Timothy, his longtime disciple, in Timothy chapter 2, to go out and make disciples who will make disciples who will make disciples. To build up leaders who will build up leaders who will build up leaders. He's telling Timothy that I've discipled you, I want you to do likewise. And so as Christians, we are called to embrace this idea of multiplication. And as God's creation, we're called to multiply. As a disciple of Jesus, you're called to go out and make more disciples who will make more disciples who will make more disciples that point back to Jesus, that point back to our Creator God and give him glory.